Hey guys, what's going on? Tumu Cruz here, checking in with... We're here with Tuan-chan, and we're also testing out our new bicycle. So today we're going to be doing a first look and review of the Royale Folding Bike by Mobot. So Mobot is a bicycle company based out of Singapore, and they make a variety of different e-bikes, scooters, e-scooters, and different folding bikes, and lots of cool different bikes. And this is actually a kind of clone or cheaper version of the Brompton folding bicycle. It folds like a Brompton, it looks like a Brompton. It's basically a Brompton clone, but there's a few different changes on here, and it's about half the price of a Brompton. So we're going to be testing out this bike to see how it stacks up. Is it worth the money? Does it ride well? And just for full disclosure, this bike was sent over to us by Mobot for us to review. We're not being paid for this review or anything. We're going to be giving our honest opinions about the bike and the quality and everything about this. So first things first, let's get the bike open so we can show you this beautiful bad boy.
Let's go.
Let's go. And Tuan-chan's going to be doing the honors on how to open this. We've got the seat post extended already, but the next step is we got to fold the handlebars up. And so the folding system is exactly like a Brompton. This bike's frame is fully made from steel, so we line up this bracket here, tighten this up, and everything looks pretty solid on the bikes. Like all the different moldings on the frame look really good, and the parts feel really solid. Haven't had any complaints with that so far. And check out this beautiful frame color. We're really excited about this option. And one of the cool things about this bike, in addition to the cheaper cost, it's half the price of a normal Brompton. Of course, some of the parts you're going to be taking a big quality hit because you can't expect the same quality for half the price, but the frame itself looks good. And the color, this is, I believe, the Persian blue, but they have a whole nice variety of different colors for the frames on their website. You can go check out, but we're really excited about this color. This is one of Tuan's favorite color. I think it looks more purple, but they brand it as a Persian blue. So what do you guys think? Is it purple? Is it blue?
Yeah.
Ii iro da ne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very good.
And we're actually filming right underneath a train track right now. So here's the train going by right above us right now. So for anyone new to the channel, my name's Cruz. I'm an American living, working here in Japan. My wife is Tung, she's from Vietnam. And yeah, we live here in Japan, but this bike is actually from Singapore. So Mobot is a Singaporean company, and the bike is actually manufactured in China. So they have their factory over in China. That makes sense because most bikes nowadays are made either in Taiwan or in China. And another interesting thing for today, where we're filming by the river path, we've got some amateur high school boxing club or something going on. Anyway, let's get the rest of the bike open. So the next part is we got to fold out this front part here. So let's take a closer look inside here. So you can see this joint, and this part just latches onto the back of the rear triangle. So we just got to fold this up and twist it around. So this just opens up like this. The wheel folds out. There we go. And this part locks exactly the same. And we've got some folding plastic pedals on here, so these just open like that. We can close them by pushing and folding. So we want these open. And the last step, we just push it open, kick it like that, and it's locked, ready to go. All right, so this is it. This is the bike fully open. Now let's take a closer look at all the different parts and components on here. So I believe most all of the parts on here are compatible with different Brompton parts. And we've got this riser style handlebar on here. And we've also got 2 brakes on the side and 2 shifters. So this is actually a 6-speed. This one right here is a 2-speed for the rear derailleur. We've got 2 cogs on the back, so 2-speed for the back. And then this one is for the internal hub in the rear. So this is a 3-speed. And so we get 6 gears in total. So looking back here, we can see this is the hub that we have here with the internal 3 gears. We also have the rear derailleur and 2 cogs here on the back for the total of 6 speeds. And all of the pieces look really good so far. So for a kind of clone kind of brand for half the price, we were expecting some of the parts on here to not really be that great, but we've been pretty surprised with the ride quality of it so far. And especially these wheels are really nice. I think these wheels are a bit bigger than the stock Brompton wheels actually. So this is really nice to roll around. It's been really easy. And it comes together with this rack already. Unfortunately, this rack is a little bit difficult to fit any of our bags that we have that fit on a rear rack, so we want a perfect rectangle. And right now we can't use most of our bags, unfortunately, but I think if we wanted to upgrade and get a bigger rack, we could do that if we wanted to. For right now, we're just gonna leave it as is, but in the future, we may start upgrading some of the parts on this bike. And we've also got some nice measurements here on the back of the seat post. One of the other unfortunate things about this bike is, for me, I'm 6 feet tall, 183 centimeters, so the seat post isn't tall enough for me, unfortunately, so it is a little bit short, but I believe we can just upgrade this and get a longer seat post and we won't have any problems. It fits Toon-chan perfectly, and you'll also notice this actually has the same frame pump here in the side of the frame, just like the Brompton bikes, so this just pulls out like this, and we've got a nice frame pump in case you need it in an emergency, and it just pops right back in. The brakes themselves are pretty standard, but the braking power has been pretty good on our ride so far. Haven't had any issues. And one thing I have noticed, and this may be because I'm not too familiar with folding bikes yet, is the bike is pretty flexible when I'm riding, especially going up hills. I feel a lot of flex in the frame, but I'm not sure if the flex is coming from the frame itself, if the flex is coming from the cranks or from the pedals, or maybe a combination of all three. But again, this may be just because it's a folding bike and I'm used to riding like road bikes and really stiff bikes. So that was a big difference that I've noticed, but on flats, I haven't noticed too much of a problem. It's only really when we're going uphill. And the other thing I really like about this bike, of course, is the built-in fender set. I have fallen in love with fenders ever since I started daily bike commuting here in Japan. We get a lot of rain. We're actually in the rainy season right now. That's why we're hiding out underneath these train tracks. But it has the same beautiful fender system on here. It's got this nice mud flap here in the back of the front set as well. There aren't any extra lights or anything on the bike automatically, but I believe you can upgrade those sections if you wanted to. In the front section here, we have the same bag adapter, I believe, as the Brompton system. We don't have any Brompton bags or anything like that right now, but I believe this should work and be fully compatible with any of those bags if you have them. We're probably gonna have to go shopping pretty soon and find some new bags to test that system out. And as for the cables, this is where all the cables are routed on the bike. Because it is a 6-speed, we have a few extra cables. As compared to like a single speed, you won't have to deal with those 2 shifter cables. So we have 2 brake cables and 2 shifter cables routed like this. And there's this little hook in the frame right here which routes this cable. The rest of them are grouped together. And yeah, everything's just really clean. Everything seems pretty good quality. Nothing seems really cheap. This is one of our first few rides on the bike though, so we are going to be continuing and testing this out, testing the long-term quality, testing out the wear and tear on it. If you want a closer look at the front crank and front chain ring, here we go. We got a nice little chain guard here on the outside. And also here's a closer look at the saddle. So it's pretty firm. I like my saddles pretty firm and not too big. So actually this saddle is perfect for me. I haven't had any issues with it. In terms of upgrades on the bikes, I think our first upgrade for me is just going to be the longer seat post. But in terms of performance, everything's been handling really well so far. And it's been really nice to have this bike. It's so convenient, like bringing it to work and fitting in our apartment. We have 11 bikes in our apartment right now. 今マンションに11台の自転車が
Yeah.
あるからちょっと大変 Yeah, so we have way too many bikes, a few more than we need right now. But just how compact this gets, it doesn't really take up any extra space in our apartment, which has been really nice. And I think that covers all of the features on the bike so far. Yeah, for about, I think this costs about a little less than $1,000. The prices are in Singaporean dollars. And they ship worldwide by FedEx. They shipped out our bike like last week and it took less than a week to get here. So they did say they ship internationally to most countries, so you can check out their website to see if they ship to your country and how much it is. But yeah, for $1,000 for the spec bike that you get here, there may be some parts that you want to upgrade, but at that price you're getting in at a really nice entry point compared to Brompton, and any of the parts that you may not be satisfied with, you can upgrade those easily and you're still saving some money. As for the whole copying Brompton's design kind of thing, I'm sure we're going to be getting a lot of comments about that. And from my understanding, the Brompton design patent expired in 1999, so over 20 years ago, and they had that design patent in force for over 20 years. So I'm no expert in law or anything like that, but one of the advantages of having expiring patent law is it brings rise to more, of course, creative solutions, some alternative solutions, but also at the same time, it brings more affordable alternative solutions. And you see this all over in different industries, in the medical industry. So some people may not be okay with ordering a copy design kind of bike, but other people, maybe they can't afford a Brompton bike, or maybe they're not even available right now. So we're backlogged for Brompton orders here in Japan for over 3 months. Even if we wanted to get something, there's no guarantee we'd get it, and there's a limited amount of colors. And with this bike, it's available right now. It's decent quality, it's half the price, and yeah, I don't know. I think it's a personal choice. If you're not interested in supporting that brand, then don't buy it. You don't have to. And if you prefer to support the original brand, that's your choice. But these brands are already on the market, and people are going to buy what they want to buy and what they can afford to buy. So that's all I have to say about that right now. And I hope we don't offend anyone with this in today's video. But let's continue on with a quick little ride test. Let's go.
Let's go.
This is Chun-chan's Mama Cherry. And you can see just how big of a beast of a bike this is in looking in comparison like this. I especially love this folding mode of the bike. It's really easy. It takes up like half the space, and you can still push it around easily with these wheels. So let's fold this up and let's get going with the rest of our ride. There goes the evening commute train. I will say that on really smooth, nice paths, like the one we're just transitioning onto right now, is really nice, but on the more like rough dirt paths like that, it's not the easiest bike to handle, especially when you're riding one-handed like this, because I gotta hold the selfie stick. But still, I'm really surprised with these wheels. This is my first 16-inch wheel bike, so really tiny wheels, and of course with those small wheels you're gonna feel those bumps a lot more. It's the same thing with like mountain bikes. When you go from a 26-inch wheel to a 29-inch wheel, the 29-inch wheels are a lot smoother. So the smaller wheels, you're gonna have that small sacrifice, but for the most part, like on these nice paved roads, no problems. And yeah, it just really depends on where you're riding. For the most part, this bike is really fast. Like I'm really amazed at how fast this bike handles. And if I'm able to get a longer seat post on here and get my full leg extension, I'm sure that I'll be able to ride even faster. One other thing I noticed though with this bike is the rear hub is a little bit loud. So some people really like loud hubs. It's a little bit loud. So some people really like loud hubs. I go both ways. If I'm riding in the city a lot, I like the loud hubs because it helps alert like pedestrians and people around that I'm there, so I don't have to ring the bell. And so I don't mind it, but if you like silent hubs, this might be a little bit loud for you. So even though I'm pedaling right now, it's still making the sound, and if we stop pedaling, it makes the coasting sound. So that is one thing to be aware of with the bike. It's kind of a really refreshing feeling having this like really upright position. As a second upgrade to the bike from the seat post, I think I want to switch to the flat handlebars, because for me, I'm more of a racer style rider. I like my low profile, so I definitely want to switch to a lower profile here and get some lower handlebars. I think I'd really prefer that. But for casual city riding, doing errands, it's really nice having the upright feeling. You have a really nice relaxed posture. Oh wow, this is really beautiful. Let's go check this out really quick. So that's the other great thing about this bike, is when I'm on my road bike, I have to find a place to park, or I just throw my road bike on the ground. But here I can just do this, and there we go, my bike is parked. We've got some strange music going on in the background. Okay, so that was a really strange announcement. I guess they were announcing something about we're technically under a state of emergency right now, but you're still allowed to like exercise and go out on these parks, but they wanted to make a warning for you to just be extra careful. Anyway, check out, I wanted to show you this. So this is really cool. We can just park the bike like this, and I don't have to deal with any annoying kickstand or just throwing my bike on the ground. But let's take a quick look at some of these beautiful flowers growing right now. So I'm using the Insta360 action camera. This is the 1X2. It's a 360 camera, so we can get all the different angles here. It is a little dark outside right now, so these action cameras tend to not do very well in the dark, unfortunately, but we're in the rainy season right now, so unfortunately there's not much I can do about it. But check out these beautiful flowers here. And yeah, this just looked really nice. I thought I'd show you guys. And these are some of my favorite flowers here in Japan. These are ajisai, or hydrangea. They're really beautiful, and they're in season right now. And you can see we're right next to the river right now. So this is my old bike commuting path. I used to cycle along this river every day, and now my commute is a little bit shorter. Anyway, we're going to continue on with our ride, but I think for this video though, we're going to finish off things here. We just wanted to show you guys the new bike, and let us know what you guys think of our bike down below in the comments. Tung is really excited to try this bike, especially for some like long distance trips. So if we want to go somewhere far away and we want to bring our bike, it's really difficult with a road bike here in Japan because you got to put it in a tiny little bag, and that's difficult with a large road bike. But with this folding bike, we can easily put it in a bag, bring it on the train. And so this is going to be our new dedicated travel bike, and we're really excited to continue testing this out and filming some more videos with it. And of course, we'll be doing a long-term test video on this as well. If you have any other questions about this bike, let us know down below in the comments and we'll try and answer as soon as possible. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thanks as always for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time here on Tumo Cruise.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.